there's a quotient there that somebody has to come up with and go, okay, is it worth us investing in Sue, or should we just blow and go and pray for the best?
Right. And just fix whatever we break.
Right, exactly. So, the implications, and I don't mean to make light of utility damages, but it's like, okay, so if we, in this process, we hit, a cable TV line, that's a couple $1,000, no big deal. We hit a water line or something like that, maybe it's a little more expensive. As long as we don't hit a buried electric or a buried gas line, we're probably going to be fine. It's going to cost us a couple grand.
And a lot of times Payne will start to implement some of these policies. So I mentioned Fort Lauderdale earlier, right?
Right.
For those that may know, there was a water line struck, this is probably 2 years ago now, that was feeding their main water treatment facility. And so the whole city of Fort Lauderdale was out of water for several days, or at least one full day until they got it back up and running. And so now, as a result of that, as well as, from what I understand, a couple dozen other pretty high critical impacts, they said, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing a private utility. They haven't required any sort of like Sioux engineer stamp or completion, but they at least require GPR and a private locate before any new utilities installed.
Yeah, I think that's prudent at a minimum. Certainly you've got to go past 811, because as we talked about a little bit ago, there are, if there's a handful of 811 people in the country that have GPR available to them all day, every day, if you will, that's kind of a stretch, and so with the amount of non-detectable facilities that are in the ground today, you've got to come at it with more than one technology.